Same thing is happening here. Indexes are used to retrieve data from database more quickly. Okay, retrieving data more quickly through indexes. This is the concept. The usage of indexes is to retrieve the data more quickly. Next, it is used by the server to speed up the retrieval of rows used by a pointer. Okay, so same points with different presentation. So the main thing is using indexes, the queries will be quick. I mean, the database engine will retrieve the data very quickly. Okay, and of course, it would reduce the input output operations also. This is the operating system concept. So we shall see. I mean, let me explain you the exact usage of indexes. First, I'll show you the problem, and I'll create a I'll create a scene where we require an indexes. Then you will understand the exact usage of indexes, exact need of index. Okay, let me open Excel and show you some sample data. Assume we have student database. We are using student database, right, or employee database. Suppose let us deal with salary column here. Okay, assume I have some data. Yeah, here I have salary column. Salary in salary column. What is this? Salary. Okay, let me bold. Okay, fine. So in salary column, we have different salaries, right? Assume some 8,000, 6,000, 7,000, 2,000, 9,000. Oh my God. 8,000, 6,000, 7,000, 2,000, 9,000, some 10,000, 5,000, 3,000, 1,000. Just consider the sample data. Okay, so in this way we have different salaries in the salary table, in the salary column of employee table. Now assume we have a query. The query says display the employee salaries which are less than some 4,000. Okay, so display the employee salaries which are less than 4,000. So what would we give? Select some ESAL from EMP where clause, where ESAL is less than or equals to 4,000. Okay, I would like to see all the salaries which are less than or equals to 4,000. If it is some student database, you would like to see the marks, students percentage which are less than 40. In that way, assume any data. Okay, or the price of the products which are less than 5,000. In this way, if you want to check any data, if the user is querying any such kind of data, then what is going to happen? Just see, here I have some salaries, right? So when this query is applied, what is going to happen means internally it is going to search each record. So first here it has searched 8,000. This record, it contains 8,000 salary. So now the comparison is 1. Okay, so first comparison, next second comparison, it is checking second row, next it is checking third row, next it is checking fourth row, and 2,000 is selected, yes, because it is less than 4,000. Next it is checking 9,000, 10,000, 5,000, 3,000, yes, 3,000 is less than 4,000, next 1,000 and 4,000. In this way it has checked each record. If you observe, to get 4 records, how many comparisons required here? It has to compare all the records in the database, because the data is not going to be inserted in some random order, right? We are not going to maintain any index internally, because the insertion order is preserved here. Initially this record was inserted, later this one, and so on. So when the query is given to display the salaries which are less than 4,000, here comparisons required for all the records. So what is going to happen? It is taking more time, right? So number of comparisons are here 10 to retrieve 4 records. What if I have index on this column? Okay, what if I maintain index on this column? So let us say if I have index. So index means when you apply an index on a column, internally it is going to store them in ascending order. Okay, remember that when you apply an index using the create index syntax, if you apply an index on the any column, then the data will be stored in ascending order. It will sort itself and it will store separately in some other place in ascending order. Okay, so check here. So we have, assume you have applied index on this salary column. So what is going to happen means it is going to sort the data and store it in ascending order. What is the first one here? 1000, the least salary. Next one, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, 6000, 7, and so on up to 10,000, right? So I have taken just a sample data. Fine. So here, when index is applied on this column, it is going to store the column data separately in ascending order by default. Okay, so now let us, when let us see, when this query is applied, as there is index on this column, it is not going to check the actual data, it is going to check the indexed data. Okay, let me repeat. When you apply an index on a column and there is a query encountered on that column, someone has given a query to display the salary of employees, and the salary is the column on which we have applied index, right? So now it will not hit this table, I mean it will not check in this column, it will check in the indexed column. Okay, so now let us see what is going to happen. The query is retrieve the salaries less than 4000, so first comparison is done. Yes, 1000 retrieved. Next, 2000, yes, it is matching the condition. Two comparisons are done. Next comparison, the third row, yes, 3000 is retrieved. Next comparison, 4000, yes, less than or equals to 4000, therefore it is retrieved. Next comparison, 5. So it will stop here because the data is arranged in ascending order, right? So it is not, we are not going to get any salary which is less than or equals to 4000 here onwards, because the data is arranged in ascending order. So there is no chance for any salary existing in the remaining data which is less than 4000. Therefore the comparisons will stop here. Now if you compare here without index, it required 10 comparisons. Almost all records are needed to be compared. Okay, but here only 5 comparisons required. When it gets any data which is greater than that, it will stop comparing. So now you understand, right, the importance of indexes. So indexes, as here it is written, indexes retrieve data from database more quickly. When such data is there and users are querying on such data, if there is no index, it would take more time to retrieve the data because it requires to compare all the records for salaries or marks or percentages or price. Okay, or population, anything. But when you apply index on that column, it is going to maintain data in ascending order separately, and when such queries occur on such columns, then it is going to check the indexed columns only, I mean indexed data only, here where it is stored separately in that place only it is going to check. Okay, therefore the comparisons will be less and the data will be retrieved more quickly. Now you may get a doubt, sir, how would we guess what kind of query the user is going to give? Of course, the users are going to give many queries, but if you are database administrator of, or if you are the site maintainer, I mean, if you are the employee, you are the owner, you will understand what kind of data is going to be queried more often. Okay, so if it is IRCTC, okay, now you may get doubt that, sir, what kind of columns needed to be chosen to apply the index? That is based on the analysis only. If you are the database administrator or if you are the owner, I mean not owner, just the administrator, you will understand what kind of data is queried more often, what kind of data users are checking more often. Okay, so on that columns you would apply the indexes. So it is recommended to apply indexes on such columns which would be retrieved more number of times. Okay, it's not recommended to apply index on each column because indexes are good for retrieving data more quickly, but maintaining indexes is a burden to the database. Okay, so therefore it is recommended to apply indexes on such columns only which will be queried more number of times. Okay, fine. Next one. So now one more doubt is, sir, here you told that less than 4,000, therefore the comparisons were just 5. What if the user given greater than 4,000? Okay, that's a good doubt. What if the user has given greater than 4,000? In this case, I would anyhow require all comparisons, right? I would need to compare all the records here. So the answer is you can apply normal index and reverse index also in a column, okay, based on the number of queries only. If people are more often applying or more frequently querying least data, then you would go with normal index. If people are searching for bigger data, I mean highest salary data, then you would go for reverse index. Reverse index stores the data in descending order. Okay, so reverse is the keyword. If you apply just normal index, the data by default will be sorted in ascending order. It will maintain data in ascending order. But if you provide reverse keyword, the data is going to be maintained in descending order. Okay, so you need to analyze. I mean, you would know what query, I mean, what data people are trying to retrieve more number of times. If they're trying to retrieve highest data, then you would apply reverse index. If they're trying to retrieve small data more number of times, then you would apply normal index. Okay, so the point is indexes helps in retrieving the data more quickly. And what kind of data is recommended to apply index? The data on which people are going to search more number of times, more frequently, right? Fine. So what are the types of indexes? The next point is, okay, let me tell you the operating system concept, also a bit difficult to understand, but let me try. Okay, so here we have CPU and we have RAM and we have hard disk. Okay, so where the data is going to be stored? Actually in the hard disk, right? In the hard disk only. So in the hard disk, this is operating system concept. You need not to worry if you don't understand. So in the operating system, the space is divided into some blocks: block 1, block 2, block 3, and so on. Okay, so here each block I have several rows. Assume for each block I have 100 rows. I could store 100 rows of data. Imagine I'm going to store 50,000 rows of data. So, and here I have several blocks, right, in the hard disk. In each block, if we imagine, like if we consider it is going to take 100 blocks, I mean 100 records of data. So how many blocks do I require to store the 50 records, 50,000 records? 50,000 by 100, 5,000 blocks. What is that? Let me calculate. 50,000 by 100. Yeah, I require 50,000, right? I require 500 blocks. Okay, let me repeat. Here in my table, I have 50,000 records. Okay, the 50,000 records are going to be stored here. And I have several blocks here. Each block can contain 100 records. Okay, so if 50,000 records are going to be stored, then I require 500 blocks, right? Fine. So this is the scenario. The internally it is going to store in this way. Fine. So what happens when a query is given? When a query is given, the CPU is not going to directly interact with the hard disk because CPU speed is in nanoseconds, some very fast. This is very fastest operation, but hard disk a bit slow compared to CPU and RAM. So the point is simple. You forget the speed. Simply saying, CPU is not going to directly retrieve the data from hard disk. It is going to retrieve the data from RAM because RAM is fastest memory compared to hard disk. CPU is going to retrieve the data from RAM only. But just imagine I have several GBs of data. Okay, I have here 50,000 records of data. Can these 50,000 records of data fit into RAM at once? No. This huge amount of data can be fit in hard disk only, not in RAM, because RAM is fastest, of course, but it is smallest memory, right? Around 4 GB, 8 GB, or 2 GB memory, but hard disk can be in terabytes. Okay, so the point is, see, when CPU is trying to retrieve the data, it would go to RAM only, not to the hard disk. So what is going to happen? These blocks will be loaded to RAM. Okay, the first block will be loaded. Now CPU will search for the required data. And if it is found, fine. Otherwise, the block is removed and next block will be going to be loaded into RAM. And now CPU will search for that. In this way, each block will be loaded into RAM and CPU will retrieve the required data. Imagine if there is no index on your data. Okay, just I have shown you, right? So if there is salary column and there is no index, and when a query occurs saying display me the salaries which are less than or equals to 4,000. Now what is going to happen for all the 50,000 records? For all the 50,000 records, all these blocks has to be loaded into the RAM, and the CPU has to search, CPU or database engine, whatever, whichever is going to execute the query, it has to search each block and search and go through all the records which matches this condition. Okay, and there is no break in between because there is no index, so it has to go through all the 50 records. So this is just a database operating system concept. I hope you understood. So this is a burden, right? Loading all the blocks one by one after one another, one after another, even though there is no data. Suppose there are some blocks in which there is no salaries which is less than 4,000. Still the CPU the block has to be loaded and the CPU has to search for such data. But if there is index, then when a condition fails, then it will stop searching the other records, right? Imagine in 50,000 records, after searching 10,000 records, there are no more. I mean, a condition occurred where you got salary more than 4,000. Then it would stop searching the remaining 40,000 records, right? It would stop loading the blocks. In this way, index helps to reduce the burden on the database engine or CPU or whatever, or simply saying it reduces the time to retrieve data. I hope you understood. Now let us go to the types of indexes. Okay, so types of indexes. Actually, you are beginners, SQL for beginners, right? Therefore, you need not to bother completely about all these indexes. You just need to understand abstract way. Okay, it's just simply if you understand the syntax, if you just remember the syntax, and if you understand the actual concept of index, that is enough for your interview purpose. When you get into project and when you are working on SQL itself, then you may have to understand all this. Okay, but for now, for interview purpose, in our academics purpose, just learning the concept itself is enough. Okay, fine. So types of indexes, we have 5 types of indexes: simple index, composite index, unique, reverse, function based, and bitmap index. Okay, so first let us start with simple index. First let me show you. Okay, directly we shall go to the interface here. Let me take a table, select start from, we have employee table, right? A sample table, emp, fine. Okay, so here we have 17 records in emp table. Here we have salary column, some 22,000, 33, 23, 32, 22, 22, 18, 18, blah blah blah. Okay, so here, so let me choose only salary column, esal from emp. Now you see, okay, I think I have created index on it and I forgot to drop it. Okay, when I'm doing practice, I forgot to drop the index. Drop index, some END, I guess. That's fine. So now let me give the query again. Select esal from EMP. So this is what you got. 22,000, 33,000, 23, 32. There is no order, right? There is no sorting in the data. This is presenting me in the insertion order itself, whatever order the data has been inserted, the same order is displayed. Okay, so let me give the complete data to show you again. So here you go. Some Ruhina 22,000, Kriti 33,000, Kavya 23,000 this way. So this same order is presented when I try to retrieve salary column from EMP table. Okay, so this is the order. Here if you see, there is no sorting on this column. Okay, and now when the user tries to retrieve this salary data saying some ESAL less than or equals to some 25,000. Okay, now you will get the data fine, but it is comparing all the 17 records. Okay, we have seen here in this example. So when you apply a query, when the user is querying the database on and on any specific column, in this way it is going to compare all the columns, all the records. It is going to compare all the records, and it is taking so much time. It's a burden on the database engine. Therefore what we are going to do is I'm going to apply index on this. Okay, so I have already explained you. So now we shall see the syntax, and the syntax is create. Index is a database object, therefore you would use it with create command only. Okay, so create index, just like create table name, here we need create index and index name. Okay, the index name you can give any name. On, okay, on the table name has to be given, table name. In the brackets you need to mention the column name. Okay, so this is the syntax to create index on a column. Okay, so what was our requirement? We are going to add index on salary column, right? So create index, some, let us say I sal, some name. Okay, so sal, let me be specific, sal ind. Okay, so the index name is sal ind. So create index name on, what is the table name? EMP. Table name is EMP. On which column we are going to add this index? ESAL column. Run it. Simple index, simple syntax, create index name on the table name, inside brackets apply the column, mention the column. Okay, now the index is created. Now let us see how the data is going to be retrieved. Okay, so previously when we retrieved data, the salary data, it was showing the insertion order only, in the insertion order only, but now it will show us in sorted order. Just see, select star, not star, ESAL from EMP. Okay, now see 18,000, 18, 19, 19, 22, 22, 22, 23. Okay, and now when I apply this condition where ESAL is less than or equals to 25,000, it would give me 25,000 below salaries. But here the comparisons are less when the data is already sorted in ascending order, and when you retrieve, when you are trying to retrieve smallest data, the comparison are going to be less. Okay, and I told you, so this is, I mean, this is with simple index, and I told you if you want to apply index on column where you think that people are going to search frequently on bigger data. Okay, I told you, right, when the query is greater than 4,000, that means the user is trying to retrieve bigger data. And if you feel many users, many queries are going to be given on the biggest data only, maximum value data only, not on the smallest value data, then it is better to go for reverse index. Okay, the third one, fourth one, reverse index. And how it is to be done? It has to be done simple. So let me delete the index first. Drop index name. What was that? Sal underscore ind, right? So let me drop it. Okay, index drop. Now if you see, select esal, select esal from EMP, you're going to get the insertion order only. So now then there is no sorted, right? Sorting, right? I mean, the index is deleted, so data will be displayed in the insertion order only. Okay, so anyway, now we are going to apply the reverse index, right? I told you when people are trying to retrieve the biggest data, and if you feel many people are going to search for biggest data and more often, more frequently, then it is better to go for reverse index. Then the index will be, the data is going to be maintained in descending order. By default it is going to be arranged in ascending order, but if you apply reverse index, it is going to be arranged in descending order. And the only extra word you need to add is reverse. So let us go with the command create index, some index name sal ind, on the table name is emp, and the column is esal. So here you just add reverse keyword. That's it. Till here we have already seen up to here. That was simple index. If you apply reverse on this, it would become reverse index. Okay, let's try. Run. Okay, I think I have given 2 times. Okay, fine. Index created. This is with simple index and reverse index. Okay, now let us see composite index. Composite index means when the index applied on more than one column. Index applied on more than one column. Okay, that's it. So let us see. The same syntax is followed as like simple index, but the columns are more. Okay, fine. So let me show you. So let me go with the same table. Select asterisk from EMP. Run. So we have several records, right? So let me add composite index on. Let us say here we have company and salary, right? So what if I try to add index on company and salary? Okay, so first let me check where how the data is being retrieved when I apply index on when I did not apply index and when try to retrieve data from both the columns EMP and ESAL. Okay, so select E company, ESAL from EMP. Fine. Okay, let me try again. So here you go. So E company, E salary. So we have several employees. So I have several records here belonging to different companies and with different salaries. So there is no index here. That's why I'm not getting sorted data, just some random insertion ordered data. What if I try to apply index on them? So let us see by applying composite index. So composite index means when we apply index on more than one column. Let us say now we are going to apply on e company and what you call that e salary. Okay, so let us try on this. Otherwise, let me see e location, e company and e location. Yeah, this would be fine. So TCS Pune, Infosys Mysore, Capgemini Hyderabad, Infosys Mysore, TCS Hyderabad. Okay, this would be good if I apply index on it. Otherwise, let us say e name. What if I give e name? Right? Yeah, this would be good, I guess. So let us say, okay, let's go with the syntax. Create index name, some index name. Okay, some I let us say on EMP, and which column, some e location, sorry, e company comma e name. I'm applying index composite index on e company and e name, combination of the columns. Okay, when an index is applied on combination of columns, it is called composite index. Okay, combination of columns, I should say, combination of columns. Fine. So let us run it. The index name is II. Okay, something is wrong again with my computer itself. The index is created. So now let us see. Let us retrieve the data. Select E company, comma E name from EMP. Previously, we were getting the data without sorting, right? But now, when the index is applied on this combination of columns, how the data is being retrieved is this way. So now you can see Initially TCS and later some Mysore, etc. in different order, the insertion order was showing. I mean, the data is displayed in the insertion order only, but now Capgemini is displayed first. Why is Capgemini only? Because it is showing in ascending order, right? Ascending order of the alphabets. C comes first, next comes I, next comes T, and I mean only three companies, right? So Capgemini, Capgemini, Capgemini. Later Infosys and then TCS. And now you may ask, sir, how we are getting the data here? Because we have applied the index on both columns, right? Then what is the difference? The difference is the first column will be sorted first, and next from the Capgemini's the employees data will be sorted. Here the companies are sorted. Capgemini is appearing first, next Infosys, and next TCS, right? Among these Capgemini employees, it will sort the names accordingly, according to the alphabets B, K, L, P, S, V. Okay, V comes last, B comes first. Now you can check Infosys employees A, C, D, K, P, R, R. Okay, A comes first, C next, D, K, P, R, R. So Capgemini, Infosys, TCS, the first column is sorted. On that, from these all Capgemini, I mean these all records, the names are sorted here. So this way, even you can add one more column also. From these, from this group, I mean, if there is a group here, from this group, the remaining data, the third column will be sorted. I hope you understood. Okay, when I applied index on e company and e name combinedly, so first this data will be sorted. Of course, we are seeing when we apply index on any column or any combination of columns, internally the data is storing separately in sorted order, right? Ascending order by default. So here, when we apply index, composite index on EMP and ename combination, EMP column is sorted first. Now from this part, this group, Capgemini group, the ename, the names are sorted. B, K, L, P, S, V. CTCS, L, M, R, U. Okay, U comes last, right? So this is what happened when you apply composite index. So this is with composite index, simply combination of columns, right? The index applied on combination of columns. Now unique index is, this is simply like unique constraint. You need not to bother about. I told you initially itself, you just follow the concept, index concept, why the indexes and how to create the index, how to drop the index only. You need not to bother about the types of index that much because you are just beginners, right? Fine. So let me explain. Unique index is an index applied on unique column. Unique column means what kind of column? Suppose let us say like phone numbers. Phone numbers are unique, right? So on such columns only unique indexes has to be applied. Okay, applied on or added on unique columns only, unique data related columns only. Okay, so I don't have data to show you. Let me create a table, a sample table. Listen, let me tell you, creating a unique index or creating a unique constraint, both are same. If there is a unique constraint on that column, you need not to create unique index. But if you feel there is no unique index on the column, but the data here has to be unique only, then you can go with unique index also. There is no difference at all on unique constraint and unique index. So let me show you. Suppose if I have some table, create table, some sample. Okay, here I have some ID, let us say int, and some phone number, let us say int, just two columns. Okay, so I'm creating a table called sample, invalid data, create table, table name. Okay, sorry, int, right? Fine, run. Table created. Now let me add data into it. Okay, before adding that, I want the phone number column should be unique. Okay, all the data here must be unique only. But did I apply unique constraint here? No, right? I did not add unique constraint here. I just created the table without adding any constraint. So now if I add unique index on this column, because here the data has to be unique only, phone numbers must be unique only, then I can add unique index on this column. If I add unique index on this column, the data inserted should be unique only. Okay, if the user enters or if someone is entering data, some duplicate data, it is not going to accept. Just like unique constraint, I told you there is no difference between adding unique index on a column or applying unique constraint on that column. Okay, now let us see. Let us create index on that column first. So create, the syntax is, previously the syntax was create index name on the table name, right? But here this is unique index, the third one. Therefore you need to mention unique keyword also. Okay, so create unique index, unique index, some index name, let us say uu. Okay, uph, some name on. Okay, on which table? Sample, the table is sample, and in the table the column name is ph, sorry, phone. This is the column name, right? So I am applying, previously I created a table without constraint, without unique constraint, but the phone number column has to be unique. Therefore I am adding an index to that column. The index is unique index. So the syntax is create unique index, index name and index name. So remember this, we are going to drop it. Okay, anyway, this is sample data, right? So create unique index, some index name on the table and the column. Same like a simple index. The same syntax of simple index, but here unique is extra. Okay, now run it. Okay, let me, this is troubling me a lot. Run. Index created. Okay, now let us try to insert data into the table. Into insert into the table name is sample, right? Insert into sample values of some id and let us say some phone number. Okay, run. One row inserted. Now let me try to insert the same phone number into the phone column. Is this going to accept? No. Okay, not this. This is not the error. See, I'm trying to insert the same phone number. Oh God. It should say the unique constraint violated. Yeah, this is the error. Okay, first let me copy this. Let me try to add and one more phone number. Okay, row inserted. Okay, let me show you the data. Select star from sample. We have added two rows. Okay, double one two, some phone numbers. So let me copy this and try to add a third record with same phone number. Okay, third record with the same phone number. This one, the first phone number 986532. Run it. What it is saying? Unique constraint violated. This is the same error which would come if you apply unique constraint on that column. So I told you, right, there is no difference between unique constraint and unique index. You can apply unique constraint or else you can apply unique index, but better go with unique constraint only. Okay, so based on the requirement you may choose unique index or unique constraint or whatever. Okay, but there is no difference, right? So this is with simple index, composite index and unique index. Now comes the reverse index. I guess I told you, right, you need to add reverse to the index. If you want if you want the data to be arranged in descending order, then you would apply just reverse. Okay, you can try it.